Good morning, YouTube family. Right now it's Sunday morning, and as you can see, if you take a look around, I'm at the roadway inn here in Indianapolis, Indiana. My cousin and his wife had a baby shower. You know, he's 51 years old, got married about 4 years ago, and they're having their first baby. And we had to come here and congratulate him. He was very excited about the fact that we came and celebrating the birth of their first new baby girl. And so that's why we're here in Indianapolis, and decided to stay at the hotel for the night. I'm gonna tell you something. I believe every city has their good points and maybe their bad points. Indianapolis does not exactly strike me as a destination place or a go-to place to either live or visit, to be quite honest with you. Let me get in the car here. This right here, this is my wife's car. Her Mazda CX-7. Let me get in here. See if I can get in here without cutting off the video. All right, let me get set up here, because I got something I want to share with you today. My intention, and I know I haven't asked you this on other videos yet, but if you like what I'm saying, you like the videos, you think I'm funny, you think I'm interesting, or whatever you want to say. Usually I'm the kind of person, I really don't give a damn what people think about me. I'm uploading these videos not to try and make anybody like me. I'm uploading these videos because someone was telling me, hey, you know what, Bishop, Reverend Doctor, if you know some things, particularly about Uber and Lyft, that could help some people, you need to be sharing it. It's kind of selfish to know some of this stuff and not be sharing it. That's why I'm doing the videos. I'm doing the videos as a service to other people who may want to know this stuff, and so I'm sharing it with you. Anyway, let me position my my phone here so that y'all can see me and my hands can be free. All right, let me get that out the way. Get this out the way. All right, I guess that's good enough. Now, I got my paper here because I was thinking about this while I was laying in the hotel room, and the inspiration, the thought came to me. The 7 etiquette rules of ride-share driving. Okay, in other words, the relationship that you should have with your riders when they're getting in the car and they're actually in the car. There are what I have identified as the 7 rules of etiquette when it comes to driving these folks around town in your car. All right, so let's get to it. I think number one, now this is just my opinion, Some of you all might have 8 rules. Some of you might have 15 rules, okay? These are just my 7, and I like the number 7 because, you know, 7 is one of the numbers of the Bible. So that's why I come up with 7. But somebody else might have 12. You know, somebody else might only have 3. So, rule number 1, etiquette rule number 1, make sure your car is clean. Now, you know, when you live in certain areas, like, for example, this area here, Indianapolis, Indiana, or Chicago, Illinois, or Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Detroit, Michigan, Columbus, Ohio, you know, areas like that that's subject to winter driving, you know, and they got the salt trucks out for the snow and what have you. I'm gonna tell you, the couple of days after it snow, it's hard to keep your car clean. I've went out there, and I like to start the day off at the car wash if my car is dirty. And so it'll be one of them days right after it snows, and you'll wash your car at 9 o'clock a.m. By 10 o'clock, it's dirty again because of all the salt and the wetness, the dampness that's still on the ground. And especially if it snows like 7 to 12 inches, not only is the snow on the ground, you understand, but then it's melting. So the melting snow keeps the ground and the pavement wet. And when cars are driving, all that splashing up on your car and your windshield, you know, the backsplash and the back spray from other vehicles' tires, dirtying up your car. Well, you know, ain't shit you can do about that. You know, but my point is, you keep your car as clean every day as reasonably possible. Now, don't go overboard trying to shine your tires up and make your car spick and span clean every day. You know, I mean, there needs to be a balance. Don't go overboard trying to keep your car clean. Because you know what? I'm going to say 90% of these riders got good sense. You know, maybe about 5 to 10% of them is stupid. And they're fucking idiots. You know what I'm saying? But most of these riders got good sense and they reasonable. If they live in the area, they know how hard it is to keep a car clean, unless it's somebody who doesn't have a car and they ride the bus all the time or ride Uber all the time. Most of these people know if you live in Detroit, you live in Chicago, you live in Indianapolis, how hard it is to keep a car clean, especially after it snows. So that's number 1. But number 1, keep your car clean. Because did you know that you can actually get a suit or a dress or whatever you're wearing, you can get it dirty getting in and out of a dirty ass car? All right, and you don't want to get your rider's clothes dirty getting in and out of your car. So that's rule number 1 of etiquette. Keep your car clean. All right. Number 2, when you are sitting and waiting for an Uber rider to call you, when you're waiting for a ping, you need to be waiting in an area that is traffic free. Now, what do I mean by that? When you get a ping, all right, the goal is, and the whole idea is you're able to get to the rider as quickly and as easily as possible. So, with that said, you need to be in an area where you're not stopped and slowed down by significant traffic. Don't be in a long ass traffic jam or at a long ass light behind a bunch of cars with slow ass lights, or behind a long line of cars stopped at a train track with trains going through, waiting for an Uber or Lyft ping. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because once you get the ping, now it's going to take you 15, 20 minutes to get to them because you stuck in traffic. No, don't do that, y'all. These people, these riders are waiting on you. Make sure you're in an area where it's traffic free. That way, when you get your ping, you can head out and go get them. And another thing, when you're waiting for a ping, don't be in the restaurant eating a sandwich. Don't be trying to gas up. Don't be trying to vacuum out your car. Okay? When you are waiting for a ping, be ready to go get the people. Don't be doing something that's going to be occupying your time. Be ready to go get them. That's number 2. Number 3, when you are approaching the rider's house or apartment building or wherever they are, if at all possible, if it's safe to do, because it ain't always safe, it isn't always feasible, but if any way possible, park on the side of the street they own. Okay? Don't let them have to cross a busy street to come to your car. If at all possible. And see, this is what I was talking about being a good driver and being able to handle the car. See, not everybody that's got a driver's license and a car ought to be doing Uber. Alright, and I realize, I get it, some of you all is doing this because you need the money. I get that. We do a lot of jobs that we don't like doing because we need the money. But I'm going to be honest with you. In the long run, it's going to hurt you if you doing not only Uber and Lyft, but any damn job just because you don't need the money, just because you need the money, but you don't like what you're doing. That shit going to come back and bite you in the ass. But if at all possible, do work that you enjoy. And not just because you need the money. It's going to pay off at some point. All right. That's why I was saying, as an Uber Lyft driver, you need to be a good driver. You need to be an above average driver is what you really need. You need to be a skillful driver who knows how to handle the road and knows how to handle a car. That way, you know how to maneuver so that when the rider comes out of the house or comes out of the building, you can position the car so that they ain't got to cross the street to get to you. You understand? You're able to go and get them properly. And basically what that does is that it just makes getting in and out of your car safer for the rider. Ultimately, you're looking out for the rider. You're demonstrating to them that you care about them. All right. So that's rule number 3. Rule number 4, help with groceries, luggage, etc. You might have to help with a kid. Now, some people don't want you putting your hands on the kids or whatever. But I'm saying, at least when you see folks getting in and out of the car and they're struggling with bags and groceries or laundry. I've had to pick up people with laundry. I picked them up at the laundromat. Help. Unless you are just physically disabled and you're not able, the only thing you're able to do is drive. And some of you all may be doing Uber or Lyft to supplement disability, basically like I am. I mean, there are days when I do this and I'm in pain, and about the only thing I can do is just drive a couple of hours. But once I dope up on ibuprofen and I'm good for a couple of hours, I can help somebody with a grocery bag or something. At least offer to help. Some people will tell you, men and women, oh, I got it. I thank you very much. I got it. And they do have it. They will put their own bags in the trunk. They'll put their own bags in the car. But at least care enough to offer some assistance. I mean, come on. I mean, you ain't gonna get out the car and offer no help at all. You just gonna sit your ass there and watch them struggle? I mean, really? At least have a heart. Care. Show some concern, please. So that's number 4. Help with bags and groceries as as reasonable as possible. All right. Number 5. Okay. When they get to the car and they get in the car and they open the door, or you open the door for them. Okay. And that's and I'm gonna add to that, when it comes to, if you a man driver, I know some of y'all are women doing this, but if you are a man driver and you see women approaching the car, if you're able to, offer to open the door for them. Show that you a gentleman. I mean, I know this is the year 2018, but are there still gentlemen out there? I mean, will all the real gentlemen stand up, please, and open the door for the ladies? They might even slide you a tip or give you an extra rating. But anyway, when you either open the door for them or they open the door for themselves and get in the car, act like you know them. The app always give their name. Now, I got to be honest with you. Some of these folks' name I can't pronounce. I can't, like some of these Asian folks or some of these Indian folks or some of these Muslim folks that gets in the car. I'd be like, I'm be looking at the app, I'd be like, who is this? Mufufu, Kalika Ba. I don't know what the hell they name is. So I just be like, this is really what I do. I look at them, I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? That's what I do. I don't even call their name. I be like, hey, how you doing? Show some excitement, that, like, act like you know them, even if you don't know their name. Act like you at least glad to see them. But call out their name. And when you're talking to them in the car, use their name. Act like you know them. Act like you excited to see them. All right, so that's number 5. I need to hurry up. My time is running out. Number 6, play. When you playing music, play music that's easy to listen to and non-offensive. Don't be playing music that's saying fucking shit and ass. I mean, you might be a cusser like me, but that don't mean your music ought to be doing it. Some people are easily offended by, don't be playing religious songs or songs that cuss. And I know some of y'all love Jesus, but not all your riders are Christians like you is. Some of them are Muslims, some of them are Hindu, some of them are atheists, and they don't want to hear about your Jesus while they riding in the car. Well, I'm evangelistic. I'm not ashamed. The Bible says if you be ashamed before men's, I'll be ashamed before you, before my Father. Man, shut the fuck up. Okay? If you gonna do this job, all right, and you want high ratings, don't be playing music that's potentially offensive or upset folks. Play music that's easy to listen to and is non-offensive, okay? Some smooth jazz, a little bit of R&B, maybe a little bit of country or whatever you like. And along that line, there is nothing wrong with playing music that you like. You go into these Walmarts, you go into these Home Depots or Menards, they don't ask you while you walking through the door, what music would you like to listen to while you in here shopping? Walmart don't ask. Home Depot don't ask. You ain't got to ask either. All right, play what you like. Just make sure it's not offensive and easy to listen to. And why should you play music when you're in the car? This is etiquette rule number 6. Shut the hell up and drive. Now, I know there are people that say, well, you ought to give good communication and you ought to talk to people. Look, when you in this car riding these people around, you got a lot to pay attention to. You got to pay attention to your app. You got to pay attention to Google Maps or Waze and the navigation system, where it's telling you to go, where it's telling you to get off, where the address is. You got to pay attention. If you drive around Chicago, for example, you got to pay attention to potholes and you got to pay attention to the traffic signs and traffic lights. You got a lot to pay attention to. And one of the things that's a distraction when you're driving is running your damn mouth. Okay? So shut the hell up and drive. Unless the rider. Now, you get a few riders. I mean, with my experience, most of these riders just want to get in your car after they say hi. They get in their car and get on their smartphones and Androids and iPhones and just be on that all the time. So that's what most of these people do. Every once in a while, you'll get somebody that want to talk. If they want to talk, fine. Otherwise, shut the hell up and drive and pay attention and just play some good music. 90% of these people appreciate that and they cool with that. All right. So those are my 7 rules of etiquette. This is the Reverend Bishop Dr. Gardner signing off. Bless you.